digital printing and embroidery to give you that unique style you love with no minimums or cookie-cutter designs. From small business to sports teams, if you've got a vision, they'll help you wear it proudly. Visit red7tees.com.
Are you looking for a place to take a leak? Do you have a truck, tractor, or other hydraulic equipment leaking or not performing as it should? At Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, we can get you back to work. Do you have a busted or leaking hose, hydraulic cylinder or pump needing repair? If competitive pricing and a quick turnaround are what matter to your business, come see us at Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, or you can give us a call at 850-326-3000. Reliable Hydraulic Solutions, 6840 Highway 77 in Southport, the best place in town to take a leak.
Keep the adventure going this holiday season in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus a $500 APR bonus on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento during the big fall savings event going on now. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. It's the best family SUV with third-row seating space, providing extra comfort for the entire family. Bill Bird Kia, the home of that 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia S and LX models. $20.83 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. $500 APR bonus is applied as down payment and no cash value cannot be combined with other finance offers. Not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 11/3/25.
WVLQ Point St. Joe, WGSX-LG, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN, Northwest Florida.
And now, the Gulf Coast's newest sports talk host.
Hey, there's the new guy.
Paul Wilson.
That is not winning football.
Paul is your pipeline to the heart of the action.
The defense can only play this good for so long.
Hot takes, big reactions, and your calls are incoming.
This week, it's really going to be crucial.
The Sports Blitz.
They're playing championship football.
The new Sports Blitz.
You can say what you want.
On 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It is. It's 4 o'clock on this Wednesday, hump day, right here in Panama City Beach. We're so glad to have you joining us at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson. We're kicking it up, stirring it up, and raining it down. So either way, don't forget, you can call in to be a part of the show, 850-215-6290. That's also a text line. If you don't want to talk, you can text and disagree with everything Jeff has to say today. But as always, on a Wednesday, we got Tennessee Brandon in the house. How you doing, Brandon?
Doing good, Paul. Thanks for having me.
Man, you're looking good in that gray. I like the gray.
Got a little orange for you underneath.
I just kind of saw a little bit of it, but it's not enough, so I'm good with that. And we got Jeffrey, the coastal hippie, in the house. What's going on, Jeffrey?
Oh, just relaxing.
Yeah, you look like it, man. You look like you're like beach bumming it today. You look cool.
I left work early. It's so slow at the airport right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's slowed down, which is great.
Yeah, it looks like you got the blue shirt on with the light colored jeans. All you need is a pair of short socks and some white tennis shoes, and you'll look like the part.
Well, I'm not even wearing the socks.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
we're
socks, so we're halfway there.
Yeah, man.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, got a little twang in your voice, and you're good to go, son.
Man.
Be catching some waves.
I'm relaxed.
That's right. All right. Well, get ready because it's about to hit the fan here in just a minute. Good to see Bone Crusher crushing the ones and the twos. How you doing, Bone Crusher?
Bring back the self-check at the Dollar General. Thank you.
And don't forget, guys, we're live and local from the CBC Construction Studio. Don't forget that as well. And also, we've got the games of the week that are being posted. Auburn at Arkansas, kickoffs at 11:45. Texas A&M at LSU, kickoffs at 6:30. And real quick, going to do some breaking news. It has now been confirmed, Brandon, that the Tennessee head baseball coach, Tony Vitello, is going to the San Francisco Giants. He's going to try his hand as a major league major league manager.
Yeah.
He would not be good as an umpire, for sure. He loves to holler at the umpires, which is great. But very interesting, the first coach that I can ever remember going straight from college straight to the major league.
Yeah, so
like that.
He is the first one ever to do it without any. There have been coaches that have coached in the MLB, went to college, went back, or had some kind of experience. He is the first ever to go straight from college to the MLB with no prior experience.
Yeah, so they must really believe in him. You know what? He took a Tennessee program that really wasn't that great at the time in baseball and turned them into an actual powerhouse that everything was going to go through the state of Tennessee when it came to baseball, because they won one, but they were involved in a lot of ones. So either way,
they never
very
made the
good.
championship that one time.
No, but we made like 3 to 4 World Series. I mean, it's like
LSU beat y'all 2 games to none the year before y'all won.
It happens.
We knocked them out. We single-handedly knocked Tennessee out.
Yeah, we're gonna miss Tony. Our baseball program was, 0-0 before he come.
Right.
I mean, overall record 341 and 131. I mean, he took us to the Omaha a handful of times.
Yeah.
He made us extremely relevant. We won the SEC a few times. Sad to say that he is leaving. Who knows where the program goes after this? He was well and beloved. I mean, he was the man in Knoxville. You go from, being the man in Knoxville to just being somebody in San Francisco, being the highest paid, personnel staff member on the baseball team, to go into one of the lowest payrolled employees of the San Francisco Giants.
Wow.
You go from managing 18 to 24-year-olds to managing anywhere from 18 to 40-year-olds who are making 3, 4, 5, 6 times of what you're making.
Yes.
It's a different dynamic, totally different culture. Obviously, same country, but you go out to California and everybody knows, the politics, the views, things are a lot different. I mean, this guy is born and raised for the South. He's bred for here. People love him here. Not to mention making maybe a little more money than what he was making at Tennessee. However, everybody knows taxes, cost of living in California are quite a bit more to register your vehicle. They go off the price of your vehicle, not just a $50, hey, here's it go. And he drives, I'm pretty sure he drives a Lamborghini or a Ferrari or something like that, an exotic. He'll be paying a hefty tag tax on that vehiple in California. So, I wish him the best. He's brought some great memories to Tennessee. We put a bunch of players in the MLB, but looking forward to seeing where our program goes from here. I wish him the best of luck. Sad to say if it don't work out, probably won't be room to come home to Tennessee. There'll probably be another college wanting to say, hey, here is this absurd amount of money.
Yep.
And we want you to build the dynasty like you did in Tennessee and come to our school. So it's kind of sad to see him go, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Well, he can't yell at his players.
What do you mean yell at his players?
Man, this guy, y'all like to use the word passion.
It is passion.
And I'm telling you, he had a lot of passion in Knoxville.
Yeah, how about more coaches need some passion?
Yeah.
A winning coach has passion. Your players want to play for a passionate coach.
Yeah.
So,
well, in baseball, not so much. I don't see a whole lot of passion in baseball. See all those.
Maybe that's
see a lot more like Tom Landry type approaches than anything. Real quiet.
Maybe. You don't hear what's going on.
Only with the umps that ever
Well,
get
that's the reason.
passionate.
Hold on, time out. That's the reason why the dugouts are in the ground, so you can't hear it. You can't see it. You can't hear it.
Doesn't exist.
If you can't hear it, it didn't happen.
Yeah,
so.
Usually when there's drama, it's not good.
Yeah.
It's not good at all.
So it's very interesting, and obviously you summarized it very well in everything that you said, which is where I was going to ask you. And the fact is that if it doesn't work out for him, he can write his check anywhere he wants in college and go right back and start all over again, get the boys back for the party, and
build another program to the point to where, he will be the guy. Because when you look at these college jobs, and we've talked about it with these college football coaches, when you are there and you're successful, and he's been uber successful for a Tennessee program for baseball, and when you do stuff like that, you don't have to drive. You can drive whatever you want. You don't have to pay for your meals. You are the celebrity in the group. You know what I mean? You're a celebrity if you're a winner. And, that's the deal. And you're right. It's a little shocking to me, to be honest. I mean, to really think about how he left what he left and why. It wasn't like a Nick Saban type deal where you were so dominant. Not that they wasn't dominant, but they were a very great, they were a top 5 program of baseball.
For the last
6 years.
Exactly.
And it wasn't like every year he was winning, so he was getting tired of winning, World Series because he's only won the one.
Yeah.
But, it's just like, man, it's not the money. It can't be the money. And so it's those types of guys that we talk about. And we've talked about him on the show of how these ego guys, they want to do more. And the thing is like with him, it just makes you wonder if he thought this is as big as I can be. I've won a championship. I've conquered what I wanted to conquer here. Now on to the next conquer. I want to be a Major League Baseball manager, and I want to win a World Series. I want to go be successful. I want to win championships. And, because what makes these guys leave LSU? I mean, Nick Saban at LSU was successful, won a national championship. Why do you want, what drives these guys to want to leave to go do something else? And it's their ego, and it's their drive to want to do something more that they feel like's greater. And it's crazy, because if you said it was money and he made more money, that makes sense, but he's not.
No, he's not. I mean, MLB doesn't pay their managers a whole ton. I mean, I'm not even sure if a single manager in the league makes $10 million.
Right.
Not
a year. Nobody.
Well, and what's crazy is, Tennessee has poured into Tony. I mean, we have showed him love. Yeah. I mean, we are doing a $100 million renovation to our baseball stadium currently. It's in progress.
What the heck are y'all doing?
Man,
you got a bidet in the bathroom?
Hey, potentially, but when you start winning as many games as we did over the last 5 or 6 seasons, we bring in a lot of money, a lot of apparel, a lot of donors, sponsorships. He brought Tennessee baseball to the forefront, and we were dumping money back into the program. And, it's just really hard for me to believe that the San Francisco Giants was his cream of the crop choice. To me, any opening, anybody would have entertained Tony to be their coach with the resume he has put together over the last handful of years. And even without the MLB experience, I feel like he would have been a hot commodity to any team. Whether California is where he wants to be, whether it's just the MLB where he wants to be, or whether it was really the San Francisco the Giants where he really wanted to be, not sure. I'm hoping maybe more comes to light. Obviously what he's making, things like that. It's really hard to believe that Tennessee didn't say, hey, they're going to pay you this. Here, we'll match, or here's a bonus, or here's something. It's hard to believe that Tennessee didn't try to keep him.
It felt like he wanted to just go.
It did,
and there wasn't any complaint about anything that Tennessee did or didn't do or couldn't offer. It was the fact that I think he just wanted to be a major league manager, and that's the deal. And it's the San Francisco Giants got orange in their colors. So there you go. So he'll go from one orange to the other orange.
Maybe that's the reason.
Yeah. So he can go deal with
Rafael. He can be the stepchild of the Dodgers.
He can go deal with Rafael Devers and see how that goes. So there you go.
You heard me. I know you did.
Yeah, I heard you.
Now I'm feeling like Paul.
Yeah.
You know how I'm feeling like Paul?
Why?
Because I have to sit here and listen to this. And we all know that LSU baseball is the Bama of baseball.
Oh, here we go. Come on.
8 titles in the last 34 years.
Yeah.
8 titles. Name me somebody who has 2 in the last 34 years.
Yeah.
Crickets. Crickets.
Yeah.
Crickets. Tennessee got 1. We got 2 of the last 3. You're talking to the baseball school over here.
Yeah.
Sorry. I went to Omaha 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed myself.
I bet you
because we won it all.
Yeah.
Because you know what? that year, Tennessee had a little bit of talk and a lot of chirping going on in the SEC in the regular season and all that. And then they got to the College World Series.
Yeah.
And they were like, they chitter-chattered one school that year. They were complaining that they had to go play a super regional in Hattiesburg, Mississippi against Southern Miss.
Southern Miss.
And they're like, we're bigger, we're better, we're a bigger school, we're all this kind of stuff. And they went and played Southern Miss, and they lost the first game. And then they ran them 2 games in a row. Tennessee won back-to-back games to make it to the College World Series that year. And then they went to the College World Series. They won 1 game because LSU knocked them in the losers bracket, I believe is what it was. And then they came back and they had to play LSU again because LSU had lost to Wake Forest. And Tennessee wasn't talking at that time. But you know who was? Wake Forest.
Yeah, I remember.
And they said, I don't see how we can lose. And then LSU beat them back-to-back games and made it to the finals.
Yeah. Well, Christopher Multicante said that Miami's won some championships.
Oh, in the 80s. In the 80s. I mean, them and USC were the teams back in the 80s. And then LSU finally won one in 91. And we've been running the show ever since.
Well, the last 5 years, Tennessee has won more baseball games than LSU, so let's talk more current than in the past.
And where are the titles at? Boom! Sugar boom! Y'all probably won just as many SEC titles, actually.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we won. I think we
y'all
won
a
the
good
SEC
school,
title the last 2
but you got one title. Georgia won one in 1990, and that's all they got, you know? I mean, Bama baseball's actually had flashes.
Yeah,
Auburn,
decent.
Auburn. Mississippi State has one title. Ole Miss has one title. Yeah. LSU's got 8. We got 8.
You know what? Let's go ahead and say it. The school that Jeffrey pulls for, the LSU Tigers, is a baseball school. Let's go ahead and say it. No, not this year. We're talking, no.
You're converting us all the way. Never be back.
We are turning this baby around. You heard it first here. LSU Jeff, LSU Tigers, LSU Stadium, LSU
Alex
University. That is a baseball school, so we're going to talk about that. That's pretty awesome.
Well, I mean, now I know how you feel. You feel like offended when people stab Alabama football, right?
No, it's good.
Oh no, you know how he is.
We know.
He's sensitive.
Hey, I do want to let y'all know, though. I want to put this out there that Tennessee is the only school that's ranked in all 3 sports. Would it be Tennessee basketball, girls basketball?
Yep.
Actually, it'll be all 4, and we'll be the only one in the country. It'll be baseball and football. We'll be ranked in all the 4 major sports. Only school. Just want to let y'all know.
So what's interesting is they have a thing called the is it Commissioner's Cup or Director's Cup? I think it's Commissioner's
Cup. Yeah.
And Stanford won it 25 years in a row.
Wow.
Because they win at all the other little sports and they all get points,
like swimming
small points.
and stuff.
Swimming, gymnastics, volleyball, all that stuff, right?
Sports.
And then Texas knocked them off one year, and Stanford won it again, and then Texas won it again. And Tennessee, for the last 2 years, have been just a freaking force in so many sports. It's unreal.
Our swimming, our tennis is good.
The only team that rivals them in the SEC as far as like just dominating multiple sports is the Texas Longhorns. They do so well in so many different sports, it's unreal. But Tennessee has been just kicking it for at least 2 years straight.
So Miami championships, 82, 85, 99, and 01.
99 and 01. Okay.
Yeah, Miami
So they have
baseball.
4, and LSU has 8.
Yeah.
And we have 3 of them that were more recent than those back-to-backs.
Yeah.
And we beat them in 90.
Some passion going on right here.
And we beat them in 97 with a grand slam. We were down 7-4, and we hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th to win 8-7.
Yeah.
And they hate that.
Yeah, they do.
Chris Multicante can't say anything about that one.
No,
because that was entertaining.
Yeah. It is. And LSU's baseball team is very entertaining. They actually, yesterday, was at the White House celebrating the baseball championship with President Trump.
Dancing.
And doing all the stuff. Yeah, making videos.
They were.
Yeah, they were going after it. And the coach, he got up and talked about it. And
you know how many games Paul Skeen started in Omaha?
1?
0.
Oh, really?
Never started.
Wow. So y'all won without Paul Skeens.
Well, we had to get there. We had to beat Wake Forest, and he offered Wake Forest when they were all up high and almighty, thinking that they were, the bomb.
Yeah.
And they were. Wake Forest was a killer team 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And then,
y'all beat them.
Well, that Paul Skeens was half of the reason why we kicked them to the curb.
That baseball school in Louisiana beat them. That's what it is. That LSU baseball school beat them.
And LSU Shreveport is the national champions at their level too. They went like 51-0 this year.
Yeah, so baseball,
crazy.
Baseball is Louisiana.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? They aren't our farm team. We take 0 players from that team. You would think that players would want to go up and all that and play for LSU after they play at LSUS. They don't do that. It's weird.
That is a little weird.
Yeah, a lot weird.
I didn't really realize that.
Yeah, it's strange.
That is strange.
Yeah.
Now, did you think when you came into the studio today that Jeffrey was going to really be so pumped up about their baseball?
Yeah, so we come in here and he was like, "Yeah, I'm chill today.
I'm chill. I'm mellow.
I got the LSU baseball on. Blood pressure rose.
Yeah,
a little
you talk
bit.
about LSU baseball.
Well, I had to sit here and listen about how Tennessee baseball is so great. And I was like, man, come on.
I appreciate how you categorized it based off of me having to listen about how good football programs are when we've been so dominant.
Yes.
And, so I appreciate that.
I feel you now. I understand you better.
You can.
We are one. I'm just hitting a little bitty ball and you're throwing a ball.
Yeah, we are totally.
Run the dang ball.
We are totally understanding each other.
But
now.
no, nothing against Tony Vitello, who I do not like.
I could
just
tell.
to let you know.
Yeah, I knew you didn't.
I don't like the way he's not a touchy-feeling.
You don't like his pizzazz.
He's a slave driver is what he is.
You don't like his energy.
Yeah.
You don't like his
it's
drive.
not. See, these are interpretive words. His drive. Okay. He has turned that program into something. A lot more than what they were before.
And you ain't going to turn it around with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there have been coaches that have done that, and behind the scenes, they're freaking masterfully doing their little chess thing.
Yeah,
and I'm sure that's what he's doing too.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some of the top recruits now. Like, listen, I don't even want to talk about recruits. I don't know where everybody's going. I don't know who's leaving. I have no clue.
Yeah,
this thing he hadn't even put pen to paper, but it's about finals. So it's like everything about that program to me is kind of up in the air. I mean, we've built it. We still have players. We have a nice stadium. I mean, so people may want to stay. I mean, but to me, people come to Tennessee to play for Tony Vitello.
So that's what's interesting. I'm not saying it's not a top 10 baseball coaching position to have for somebody to come in.
Currently,
it's definitely top 15, I'd say.
If you're wanting to speak on all times, no, we've not been great at baseball all time. I can't sit here and say, we won this in the 80s and the 90s.
But to follow up somebody.
So it's like, but currently, today, it has to be a top 5 baseball vacancy.
Wow.
That's interesting. But you know what? People saying they're liking you now because they see passion and they see the baseball coming out in you. So there you go. So
everybody but Chris Moulton.
So it was said that Jeff's definitely a baseball guy. So there we go. We didn't know it. But, either way, we got to take our first break. And when we come back, we are going to talk about some huge news coming tomorrow. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Should have rattled.
Call or text him now on the Red 7T's studio line. 850-215-6290. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Rich Eisen Show.
Don't forget Lou Holtz once coached the Jets. He was co-tidy bad.
Can we go ahead and
I don't even want to hear it
before we go?
That's a total overreaction. I don't even hear about it. That Rice team can beat anybody. Why do you make me do that for the Brits?
Because it's hilarious.
Can you do Lou Holtz with a British accent?
Yeah.
No, I can't.
Another hour, right?
Let's take a break, governor. You with you, governor.
Wow, stop saying governor.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 11 to 2. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. The rest of the day there will be a gentle breeze out of the north, sunshine and 80. Clear skies tonight, cooling down to 58 and a wind around 8 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 80. About the same at 81 Friday and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
PCB Hobby, the beach's premier hobby store for sports cards, comics, coins, and trading card games. PCB Hobby carries the largest selection of boxes and packs from the latest releases of brands like Topps, Panini, Leaf, and more. Looking for a specific player or team? PCB Hobby has a wide assortment of raw and graded cards. They carry parallel rookie, game used, and autographed cards in both modern and vintage. Have a collection you want to sell? We buy, sell, and trade. PCB Hobby on Back Beach Road, just east of Florida Linen. Call 850-320-8388.
You found us inside the CBC Construction Studios. Now taking your collection to the next level. It's the Instant Replay Sports Cards Box Break with Aaron Bearden on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in. You can text in on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. We've got Tennessee Brandon in the house. We've got Baseball Jeff here. And we've got the Bone Crusher here. And also adding to the group on the phone lines, we've got the owner of Instant Replay Sports, Aaron Bearden. Aaron, how are you doing this fine Wednesday?
Fantastic. How about you guys?
We're doing wonderful. We just hit a power button over here in the studio, and Jeffrey, we did not realize that Jeffrey is such a baseball guy, also an LSU baseball guy, because LSU is a baseball school. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, Aaron,
there's a lot of major league talent.
Yes, you're right. Now, Aaron, big day tomorrow. Huge day tomorrow. I looked it up. I'm excited. I called my wife. She said, "You're going to spend how much on baseball on basketball cards?" I said, "Well, Aaron Bearden told me. He told me this is going to be my retirement plan, honey." And so tell us what is going on tomorrow for the fans that maybe haven't been listening and paying attention. What's coming out tomorrow for sale?
Yeah, tomorrow is the official release of Topps 2025 flagship basketball.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now,
we're going to have the full assortment of that stuff.
So let me ask you this, because they don't tell you what you're getting, right, as far as how many boxes and all that kind of stuff, or do they?
With Topps, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so
but
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, now as far as do I know off the top of my head to recount? No, because this stuff is ordered, way in advance, and I've ordered, 50 or 75 other products since then.
Since then, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you have the price for those right now, or no? Not yet?
I do not. We usually get that the morning of release. Yeah, so I don't have that on me, to be honest with you. It's an interesting release. I will tell you, I try to shoot straight with people. Topps is billing this, as like, this is for the first time in so many years, Topps is making basketball. The problem with that is, if you've been collecting, Topps made Topps Chrome basketball a few months ago. They've made Inception. They've made Finest. Topps has been making a lot of basketball for the last couple of years. Now, did it have, did it say Bulls or Knicks or whatever on the jerseys on the card? No, but they were making the cards already. So I was talking to someone earlier. One of the customers was saying, they felt a little bit cheated, as if Topps was selling them some inferior product, and Topps looked at it that way.
Yeah.
To say, oh, that other stuff we were selling you, that didn't really count. Their question was like, well, then, give me my money back.
Right.
You're selling me something you don't think is a quality product. So, but I get it. Topps has the official NBA license back now, and moving forward for the foreseeable future, all their cards will feature all those the staples you come to know and love. Not only the team name on the jersey, which, but you'll get all those great Topps inserts and things like that with future Topps product.
Yeah, and supposedly, and you know, you can tell me or correct me, there's several different hits in there, and you know, when you talk about these boxes, especially like the hobby boxes, you know, there's a possibility of getting autographs. There's a possibility of getting all the specialty cards and stuff like that. Is that correct?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm sure Topps has got a lot of surprises up their sleeve. There will be things that people don't realize are in that product until people actually start going through them and start pulling some things. Topps likes to sometimes put some little surprises in there. They've done it with baseball releases in the past few years. So, I believe with each hobby box, you're going to get an auto or relic, which is typical for Topps flagship. Say for those of you who've done baseball, what it means like Topps Series 1, Series 2. It will be the same configuration. You'll get one auto or relic, and then you're going to get a bunch of inserts and short prints and parallels and things like that in each box. So it's going to be fun to open it up and kind of see what's in there after all this time.
And so is there a number, estimated number for a hobby box so people can understand like what we're talking about as far as like what, you know, amount we're looking at? Is it 300, 600, 1,000? Where are we at around that area? I got you.
Yeah, let's see. Let me pull something up real quick, and we'll kind of see what we're looking at. So I'm thinking what I see online there, we're talking in the probably $200 to $250 range on a hobby box, somewhere in there. That seems to be what some of the pre-sales have been going for.
Okay. And, you know, so you're going to have that available. You're just going to open like normal tomorrow, or is there going to be any kind of line set up or anything like that?
No. Yeah, it'll be normal. We'll open at 11 as usual. So, I don't expect this to be, in Panama City, not that kind of a crazy thing.
Yeah. So well, when Jeffrey saw you say around the 250, you know, you might see Jeffrey over there in the morning. He might be pressed up against your window, looking in, trying to figure out when the lock's going to be clicked open.
Well, I wonder where is the frenzy about it? Is it like Los Angeles or Miami or New York, or where are we talking about it?
Yeah, any of those big cities.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll see Topps will send us stuff where they're like, oh, look at, you know, such and such shop in Chicago or Las Vegas or L.A., and they're like, there's people lined up around the block for it. It's like, okay. But, you know, that works the same way for, say, movies as well, where they're like, well, this movie is sold out for 3 solid weeks in New York. I'm like, Panama City, you just walk into it.
Yeah.
Right, and that's the key. I mean, and those cards that they're sending there are the same cards that they're sending here, correct? I mean,
absolutely.
There's a big chance of getting those cards because in those cards you've got opportunity of getting Wemby's first actual card signed as well, of Cooper Flag, to say, you know, him, because from what I've gathered, and you know, I know that it's been kind of with not having their name on the jersey or having the name of the team on the jersey, that's kind of the difference of these cards. And so, like, they haven't had that since Steph Curry was a rookie. Is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to think back to when Topps quit basketball. I know Topps quit football in 2015. So, yeah, I mean, it's been a while. There are a lot of guys in the NBA who've never had a Topps card that had the full partnership with the NBA on it. So I'm sure Topps will be, you know, trotting out a lot of firsts and things like that.
Yeah, so that's it. And then, like, the hobby boxes, that's usually about 12 packs of cards normally.
Now, with Topps flagship, that's going to be like 20 packs per box.
Okay, so it's a little more. Okay, I got you. Okay, that's cool. So we got 18 hours and 27 minutes and 40 seconds until this happens, as far as tomorrow happens. But obviously 11 o'clock is when you're going to start seeing the people line up because of the show. They're going to be like, oh, I'm going to get some of that. So is it just the hobby boxes that you have for tomorrow, or is it going to be a lot more of the other stuff, smaller stuff?
The hobbies, the jumbos, the blaster boxes. Yeah, it's kind of all coming out at the same time. So sometimes they stagger those releases, but not with this product.
And the jumbo is the bigger of the two, or is hobby the bigger of the two?
Yes. Yeah, the jumbo is the bigger of the two. So the difference with flagship products for Topps, as I said, in the hobby box, you get an autograph or a relic card. It's not a toss-up. It's not a 50-50. What they mean is out of a 12-box case, you'll probably get maybe 3 of the boxes have autos and 9 have relics. With a jumbo box, however, you have a guaranteed autograph per box, as well as a relic card.
Wow. And how much are the jumbos?
With jumbos, you're going to get more of the numbered cards, more of those specialty insert cards, and just plenty more cards in general.
Cool.
Jumbos are probably, if the hobby boxes are hitting around 250, jumbos are probably going to be in the 500 range. Usually they're about double.
Yeah, because Jeff's going to let me borrow some money for tomorrow, so I just was trying to figure out how much I was going to ask.
Right there.
Yeah, he is. He's a very good friend.
Okay, so baseball cards are obviously number one, right?
As far as sales, yeah.
Yeah. And then, so football edges out basketball?
No, by quite a bit. Actually, if you go to, say, like eBay and look at, amount of cards listed, I know the last time I checked, even hockey was a little bit ahead of basketball.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, basketball's always kind of been bringing up the rear a little bit as far as the big team sports when it comes to card collecting.
So a big thing just happened yesterday. If I'm not mispronouncing this, but a Michael Jordan card that he signed specifically, and was they have all the credentials to verify the signature. His rookie card, it sold for, I believe, $2.7 million on the auction block. How do you feel about that?
What I would have to look at is, I don't see a lot of signed Jordan rookies, so he may be one of those people who doesn't like to sign his rookie card. And I'll give you an example. For a long, long time, Pete Rose would not sign his rookie card.
Wow.
Back before all the modern authentication and all that, a lot of people, when you couldn't prove a signature was real, they thought having a signature on the card lost some of the value of the card. They thought it was kind of defacing the card. And Rose said he didn't want to do that to his own rookie card. He felt it was worth more without a signature on it.
Wow.
So for years he wouldn't do that until he started getting, $200 or something extra to sign it, and then he had a chance.
No problem.
Yeah.
So, I don't know that Jordan doesn't sign a lot anyway. He's not known as the most fan-friendly or approachable guy. So, I would imagine, I would like to think whoever spent $2.7 million on that had done their research.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a friend of mine, he was a super Gators fan, and he got to meet in person Emmitt Smith, and he was very disappointed because he was kind of rude to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that happens.
That happens.
Yeah, it does. I know some Gator fans that are pretty love their Gators. One of them would be Chris Hobzilla.
Yeah.
But Aaron, what do you have going on? I know we've taken up a lot of your time talking about this break for tomorrow, but what do you have going on at the shop this week and this weekend?
So this weekend we have our kids club. Friday night goes on every Friday night. Bring those kids down. We got breaks. We got all kind of fun things for the kids to do, trading with each other, taking home a lot of cool cards. We have a Pokemon event this weekend, an officially sanctioned Pokeween event from the Pokemon people. Yeah, we got in-store sports breaks Saturday at noon as well. So, a lot of events going on this weekend right here at Instant Replay.
We're talking with Aaron Bearden from Instant Replay Sports. Aaron, when you look over the course of all of this, what do you think is the most growing? Do you think it's the Pokemon or the
Disney?
The Disney, or is it sports cards? Like, what do you see as far as the kids' growth in the card market?
Well, over the last 10 months, 11 months, Pokemon has just blown up huge. I don't know if it's sustainable forever. A lot of it's going to depend on how much the Pokemon company decides to print their cards. If they really increase their production rate, that may cool off a little bit. There's not that resale market for a lot of those people running out to Walmart and Target to buy it all up. As far as kids, and Disney, too, you mentioned, we've seen one product, really, the Disney Chrome, and part of that is Topps isn't printing enough. So it makes everything seem like man, can't find it anywhere. Gotta get it no matter what I gotta pay, because they're just not printing enough. By the way, Topps did just release a new Disney product. We have Disney Wonder now in the shops, and we've been selling a lot of Disney Wonder.
What's that all about? The Disney Wonder, what's that about?
Yeah, it's just a new set, a new Disney set, similar to how you've got, say, Topps Baseball, Topps Chrome Baseball, Topps Finest, etc. So, yeah, just an all-new Disney set from them. Really, as far as what's going for the kids, kids are just getting priced out.
Oh, wow. That is unfortunate.
Now, these Wonder Boxes, I've seen, Aaron, this Tennessee Brandon here, these Wonder Boxes, the Wonder line is a little more affordable than the Chrome line in Disney, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the Wonder product, let me see, I'm going to walk out here and see like a blaster box of Wonder, $27.95.
Oh, that's not
it's not bad at all.
Wonder, that's about half of
half. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. It is about half. I've been buying my girlfriend. We've been collecting some of the Disney Chrome. Recently, just got her a Wonder box, and she just loves the cover that's on it, man. So she's crazy for those Disney cards, and I've actually enjoyed kind of opening up with her. It's a little bit of nostalgia. I'm a '90s baby. Grew up watching these '90s Disney movies when they were in their heyday. So it's a very nostalgic hobby kind of for me and her to kind of do. The kids love getting into it too. So it's kind of something that we're able to kind of sit down as a family at the table. Everybody gets their own little pack of cards, and we kind of take turns around the table.
That's
and
cool.
Kind of involving everybody. So it's really, really cool, man. Hey, I got one question for you on some kind of it's a premium product. My buddy sent me a screenshot, said, hey, you guys ready to go in on this hobby box? Now, I don't know if you've heard about this. I've read a little bit about it, but it's Topps Diamond Icons MLB 2025. And I'm sure you know about it. I've seen Shohei's card. These cards are actually embedded with jewels. That's why, obviously, a hobby box is $3,300.
Let's go.
So, yeah, do you have any other additional information on that? He sent it to me. I've seen one card. Do you know any more about this product?
Yeah, it's something they put out every year.
Every year? Okay.
Really, big picture, it's not the Topps' highest end product. They put out something called Transcendent, which Transcendent's usually $25,000 or $30,000 per box.
A box?
Wow.
Now, Aaron, what is in that box? That is a bar of gold. I mean,
it's a lot of 101s.
Okay.
A lot of hits, but also Transcendent. The big idea when it first came out was Topps would throw this huge VIP party. They would have athletes there, and if you bought a box of Transcendent, that was the only way to get a ticket to go to this party.
Wow. So it's more of like an upper echelon, like a kind of an elite club type of collecting box.
Yeah, they'd only produce like 50 boxes of Transcendent, and you had to buy one to get this ticket. So they did one year with like Hank Aaron was there. So the idea was you got this ticket, you could go take anything you wanted, he would sign it, it's all built in, and Topps would also like take a picture of you with Hank Aaron and then print a card out right there, a 1-of-1 for you and Hank Aaron.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
That's nice.
That's actually really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Who would y'all to?
Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan? Who would you get to have a picture with you?
Oh my goodness! I mean, it would have to be. It'd have to be.
Peyton Manning.
Well, Peyton Manning would be a top choice, but I mean, somebody like like Tiger Woods, something like that. I mean,
who would yours be?
Dan Marino. I'm a Dolphins fan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of Saints fans would say Drew Brees, I'm sure, but yeah. Dan Marino's the man.
Wow. Well, Aaron, our time is up. We were busting up against the break, and we just appreciate you. Give us the address real quick of Instant Replay Sports so everybody can know and your hours.
Yeah, Instant Replay Sports Cards, 752 West 23rd Street. It's a Stanford station there with Academy Sports and Sweet Frog Yogurt, all that right there around us. And we are open from 11 to 8, Monday through Friday, 10 to 8 on Saturday, 12 to 6 on Sunday. Find us at instantReplaySportsCards.com.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate it, man. That was a great segment, and we'll see you next week, my friend. Hope you have a great weekend. And when we come back, we are going to talk about this school in Louisiana that not only plays baseball, but they actually play a little bit of football, or so they say. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Call in now.
This is Touchstone Service.
The Red 70 studio line is open.
Demonstrate how to make a call with your dial telephone.
850-215-6290. Your home for the NFL. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Coming up on Thursday Night Football. Touchdown! The 3-3 Minnesota Vikings at the 4-3 Los Angeles Chargers. Thursday Night Football coverage starts at 6:30. Kickoff at 7:15 right here. Your spot for the NFL on the Gulf Coast. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
We're proud to bring you the most popular cars in the world, like the stylish Camry and the sporty Corolla. Get award-winning style and 1.99% APR on a new Camry, named the best new model by Kelley Blue Book. Plus, you get 90 days until you make your first payment. Curb appeal comes standard on the new Corolla. Designed to wow from the inside out. Get 3.49% APR plus 90 days until your first payment. Panama City Toyota, your Camry and Corolla headquarters.
Offers end November 3rd. Visit PanamaCityToyota.com for details.
That boot store reminds you football weather means colder weather can't be far off. Now's a great time to shop for those winter work coats, shirts, and shoes. Janice and Irene, along with the staff, welcome you to stop by and shop for the whole family at that boot store. Remember Joe's motto, always put Jesus first in your life. Open 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Tuesday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 on Friday and Saturday. That boot store. Next to Bill Bird Kia on 15th Street, Panama City.
Now, we're live and local inside the CBC Construction Studios. Climb into our TM and jump into the chat. The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson is live on Facebook. Interact with Paul and other sports fanatics. Now, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on the Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. We've got Tennessee Brandon here, or shall we say Disney Brandon. We've got LSU Jeff, or shall we say LSU Baseball Jeff. And we've got Family Dollar Bone Crusher.
Oh, my.
Self-checkout. Either way.
So wait a minute. Bone Crusher, is the checkout girl like flirting with you? What's going on here?
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
and a tip, if you're trying to pick up the cashier at the Dollar General, there's only so much toilet paper you can buy at a time. Just get a few rolls, otherwise you're not going to get those digits.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Bring back the self-check. I'm trying to get on with my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not trying to, yeah. I don't blame you on that. So, I mean, but either way.
Dating at the Dollar General.
Yeah, that's our next segment.
I almost got a date with the cashier, and she saw it coming, and she shut me down. She goes, psst, She doesn't date shoppers at the Dollar General. I'm like, but you're a cashier.
It's like, I don't do extracurricular activities at work. While I'm at work, I'm on the clock, so see you later.
There's no back room for you.
So either way, we've got to talk about this. We haven't talked about the LSU Vanderbilt game. And Jeffrey, when you look at it, 31-24, it's not something that you would think it was a surprise to everybody that there was a 1.5 favorite, the spread of the game. And it's just, how surprised are you that is it the surprising part that LSU didn't play as well, or is it that Vanderbilt's really that good?
Well, I kind of knew our offense is sputtering. I guess the most thing I'm surprised about is 31 points and a chance to even score even more at the end.
Right, because it wasn't like Nussmeier was throwing 4 or 5 picks like Carson Beck did or like DJ Lagway did a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say, 31, they could have scored more.
But let me ask you this. When you look at it, LSU is one of 2 teams in the Power Conference not to score more than 25 points against the FBS team.
Oh, yeah, because we had one game where we destroyed Southeastern Louisiana.
Right.
That's one AA.
Yeah, they're FCS.
Yeah, so that doesn't count.
They haven't scored 25 points all year, and that's why every time I've had them against a good team, that's why I've picked against them, because I don't believe in their offense. And we came into this season with all these guys being such the top quarterbacks, and they're going to be the first-round draft picks. We talk about Cabe Klubnik doing bad. You're talking about Arch Manning, not very good. You're talking about Garrett Nussmeier, not very good. DJ Lagway. You're talking about Lenore Sellers. You're talking about all these guys that just did not get it done. And, I mean, they all need to resurrect their season because of it.
So, you know what? I saw the 5 best odds laid by Vegas for the Heisman.
Yeah.
And, I think it was all 5 it might have been 4 quarterbacks. But anyway, Aguilar's not in the top 5 anymore.
No, he won't.
Simpson's number 1 for Alabama.
Yeah.
It's the touchdown to interception ratio. I mean, Joey's got him in yards, but I mean, Joey had a pick 6. He's had 6 interceptions on the year. I mean, it's the touchdown to interception ratio that's keeping Ty Simpson, and he's taking care of the ball. They're winning games.
Julian Sand was third or fourth. Yeah, because the Indiana quarterback Mendoza is number 2, but it's not a very big gap.
Yeah, I mean it's wide open.
Yeah,
it is at this point. I mean,
but pulling it back to the LSU game, when you look at, I'm sorry, but we got
we got A&M this week.
I know,
and we got to play Bama.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
It's not looking good.
But the thing is that this team seems like they are field goal prone. And that's the biggest problem of the whole thing.
It's worse than that. Well,
it's not that your offensive line is just terrible.
Yeah.
And it's not that your wide receivers are terrible. I mean, are we going to say that the play calling's bad and the quarterback's bad, or what? Like, what are we really calling these problems? Because their numbers aren't terrible.
And the defense is great.
The defense is, I wouldn't say great, but they're good.
What?
They just gave up 31 points against Vandy.
Yeah. Okay, that's one game.
And
what did Ole Miss score 24 on
us? To be surprised that Vandy scored 31. There's only one game this year they've not scored 30, and that was against you guys. They scored 14.
So is our defense great? I guess it is.
Oh, what did Ole Miss score on LSU? 24? I mean, come on. What did Georgia allow Ole Miss to score? Like 34? I don't even know what they allowed them.
I think it was 24. I thought
it was like 38. Something like that. They were in the 30s against Georgia. But you can't tell me that LSU's not a top 10 defense.
I didn't say they
were.
The
whole nation.
I'd say they're a top 10 defense,
that is
but
great.
You said great.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They might be top 5.
But I mean, giving up 31 points against Vanderbilt is, I mean.
Well, that's just one game.
I mean, I get it, but we can look up at the top of the hour.
Yeah, we'll look at LSU's defense and how they're ranked.
But I knew they were going to have trouble with Pavia, though. He's 14 of 27, 160 yards, 1 touchdown, and then he ran 17 times for 86 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's the problem. Again, we talk about these quarterbacks that are not made to lead your team in rushing, but then you do have a select few that they are designed to lead their team in rushing, and Pavia is one of those.
Yeah, now, just to contradict your statement, can you be a top 10 defense and allow 239 yards on the ground by Vanderbilt?
Yeah,
can you be?
Again, that's that one game, and they're on the field all the time because the offense is horrible.
Yeah, offense is horrible. And like I said, 239 on the ground. I mean, they outpossessed you guys by 13 minutes, almost an entire quarter longer that they had the ball that y'all did not.
Yeah.
And they had 67.
We're top 10 defense. I'll stick to it.
67 plays, 49 plays.
Yeah.
You know, so, and so realistically, when you look at it, your offense is realistically the worst part for your defense. A bad offense makes a defense look bad as well.
Yeah. We're on the field too long, and there's too many chances for Vanderbilt. And, I mean, I can't even blame it off when it's a road game or anything like that. I'm not going to do that. It's bad.
So we're still... Vandy's growing, though.
Vandy's growing. I mean... What have I been saying? LSU's what? 7th best in the SEC, maybe, Are we still 7th best?
I don't know.
I don't know. Not with this schedule. We're about to drop down to 9th or 10th.
So you're already conceding the A&M game and the Bama game, it sounds like.
Not 100%, but, I mean, a good chance of it. And the 8-4, actually, I was thinking we were going 9-3 this year. And then I thought the same thing last year when we went 8-4. So again, could it be 8-4 again? Because we dropped 2 versus A&M and Alabama. We're 8-4 just like last year.
Now,
do you fire a coach about that? No.
No, I mean Nussmeier looks hurt. I watched that game. He doesn't look like he is the Nussmeier of last year. I mean, that boy was limping. I mean, more than once. It just doesn't look like himself. So whether these next hard games, I mean, if he's not cutting it. I mean, if he's not getting the job done. I mean, I don't know if it's solely his fault. I mean, he had 2 touchdowns. I'm not sure he didn't have any interceptions. So I mean, he's taking care of the football. It's just moving the ball for you guys seems to be the issue. Getting your run game going. I mean, you had 100 yards rushing the entire game. If you can't get the run game going, they're going to assume you're, going to pass it every play.
We only have 2 running backs.
But let me ask you this.
Durham and Barry.
Okay.
And they're good running backs, but we only got 2.
But let me ask you this. Vanderbilt had 67 plays. You guys had 49 plays.
Yeah.
No turnovers for the Vanderbilt defense, but they held you guys to 24 points. Are they a great defense? Are they a top 10 defense? Are they a good defense?
I wouldn't say top 10. They're a good defense.
Because when you look at what they've done, I mean, they
held South Carolina to 7 points.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. They're a good defense, but they're not a top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, I mean, when you look at South Carolina, we're not talking about the barn burner there anymore either. We first talked about Lenore Sellers' possibility of winning the Heisman and being the first pick of the draft. What in the world have we become in college football this year?
South Carolina's a bottom 4 SEC team.
Yeah.
Bottom 4. I mean, because, and they're actually bottom 3 because Mississippi State isn't there anymore.
Well, technically, they're bottom 5. Miss State, Arkansas, Auburn, Kentucky have 0 conference wins.
Wow.
So is Auburn better than South Carolina? Heck yeah.
I would say Auburn's better just by the body of work that they put on the field.
Mississippi State, they're better than South Carolina.
Listen,
Kentucky,
I'm reading you the rankings and the standings. However,
that's the standings.
I mean, those are the SEC standings. Yes.
Yeah, SEC standings.
But when you look at Vanderbilt, when you look at LSU is on the downward spiral, and Vanderbilt, you got to say, is on the upward spiral. I'm not sure of who else they have on their schedule, but obviously they're going to have to play tougher teams just because they're in the SEC. But, I mean, if we look at a 10-2 Vanderbilt that lost to maybe an Alabama or maybe a Georgia or an Ole Miss, and they take care of business with everybody else, are we talking about playoff here?
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. And we're going to find out if this team is for real. I mean, you talk about the rest of their schedule. They've got 15 Missouri, who gave y'all a handful the last week.
Yes,
they're good.
Game. That's a possible win.
They're a good football.
Where's the game at?
They are at home. College game day is actually
they're at game day. Vanderbilt, Missouri.
Who had that in the
exactly.
things that are going to happen this year?
The week after that, they have Texas. Now, I want to talk a little bit about that Texas-Kentucky game. That is the statistic. The statistics on that game are unreal. We can talk a little bit about those. And then they have Texas. And then they have Auburn, Kentucky, and then Tennessee. So, I mean, they've finishing out with a strong SEC schedule.
Well, actually, I'd say Tennessee's the top game, right? I wouldn't put Missouri as being maybe the second best game because Texas is flat. They're flat.
Yeah.
They're not looking good.
I don't know what is wrong with them.
And they have 2 losses where Missouri's only got 1 loss.
If they get past Missouri and then they beat Texas.
That's the thing.
And they're at Texas, though. That's going to be the tough one. I don't care how bad they are. It's hard to go into Texas and play.
So they got 1 loss versus Bama. If you lose to Texas and Tennessee, you're 9-3 and you're on the outside.
Yeah.
Probably.
Timeout.
Depending on what other teams do, because it's out of your control, you have to hope that other teams drop off the 9-3.
A three-loss team, it is out of your control.
Yeah,
and you're hoping
because your quality win is Virginia Tech out of conference.
But let me say this, though. If you talk about if they beat everybody else on their schedule and then they get to Tennessee and Tennessee beats them, they've got an Alabama loss that Tennessee has, and Tennessee has a Georgia loss. And then you've got two teams at 10-2, and then you still got the SEC champions playing, and you've got maybe an Alabama against another Georgia team that both have one loss apiece. There's your 4 from the SEC.
And I think there could be 5 in the end of it, depending on how this thing unfolds.
Because you still got Ole Miss, and you still got Texas A&M. So who now?
Oh, man.
See that? See how that works?
Well, if... we got to go to break.
Yeah, we do. We're going to talk more about it at the top of the hour. We got some Tennessee, Alabama. All your Bama fans, stand up. You're listening to the Sports Blitz. Paul with 104.3 ESPN, Northwest Florida.
Taking your hot takes, rants, and takedowns. Let's hear it on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. ESPN Northwest Florida. Here's what's happening.
Coming up on October 31st, it's the Cal G Squires inaugural golf tournament benefiting the Angel House Bereavement Center, the only provider of clinical grief counseling in Bay County. Costumes are encouraged for this fun day at Bay Point. Prizes for a hole-in-one, longest drive, closest to the pin, and best costume. To register you or your team, go to angelhousebci.org.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Wednesday's weather. The rest of the day, there will be a gentle breeze out of the north, sunshine, and 80. Clear skies tonight, cooling down to 58, and a wind around 8 miles per hour out of the north-northeast. Tomorrow, sunny and a gentle breeze right around 10 miles per hour with a high of 80. About the same at 81 Friday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for tuning into ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party. You see that new welcome offer? Bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets if you win. I think we got to jump on this.
What's John Daly think?
I think you got to grip it and rip it.
Grip it?
And rip it.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
WGSX Lynn Haven, WVLQ Port St. John. Powered by Panama City Toyota, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Looking for dependable civil construction in the Florida Panhandle? CBC Construction has you covered. From land clearing and drainage to roads and underground utilities, CBC delivers high-quality work on time and on budget. Locally owned and operated, CBC is trusted by schools, developers, and municipalities. To learn more, call CBC Construction, 850-740-3815, or visit cbcconstruction.com. That's cbcconstruction.com.
Broadcasting from the CBC Construction Studios. The phone lines are open, the opinions are flowing, and the arguments are just getting started.
You cannot give LSU extra opportunities. With just one loss, they can sneak in there. They're playing championship football.
The Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson is back, and we're putting you in the game.
He has not turned the ball over.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's 5 o'clock, baby, on a Wednesday, hump day. We made it through half of the week. 2 more days left until the weekend, and I cannot wait. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Don't forget, you can call in, you can text in on your Red 70s phone line, 850-215-6290. Got Tennessee Brandon in the house. We've got Jeff in the house. We got the Bone Crusher here in the house. And we are live and local from the CBC Construction Studio here in beautiful Panama City Beach. Don't forget, also, we've got the games of the week this Saturday. Auburn at Arkansas. Kickoffs at 11:45. And then the big one, Texas A&M, going to try to stay undefeated at Death Valley LSU Baseball School. Kickoffs at 6:30.
They got a drone show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because we were giving up on football. We got a drone show during the football game.
There you go. I mean, you got to figure out ways to produce people to come to your games.
I'm telling you, they should give out, I don't know, T-shirts or
yeah, they're probably going to give away something. Yeah.
Whoopee cushions.
Yeah. I mean, at least there would be some air being thrown. I mean, you know what I mean?
Oxygen masks.
Yeah, because Nussmeier sure ain't airing it out.
Oh, no, he's not.
But let's talk about it. We had a great game this weekend. Tennessee versus Alabama in Tuscaloosa. The Alabama Crimson Tide team won 37-20. Total domination. Having some fun against the Volunteers coming down from Knoxville. Brandon, when you looked at the game, when you realized this game was getting out of hand, it just doesn't seem right. It seemed like the game was over to me earlier than normal. It seemed like those games had always been games that in the fourth quarter you were kind of wondering, is this going to be? Is this going to be? And it just didn't happen. Not rubbing it in, not offering humble pie, but Alabama team is for real. They're not the same team that played Florida State. What is the state of Tennessee's football team for this year right now?
So I don't feel as bad as I did on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, I'm looking at everything. Obviously there was a good chance we don't win this game. So, I mean, I mentally, personally, had been preparing for that. Going on the road to Alabama is a tough game to play anyway. We're not lost hope. I mean, we lost 2 games. We've lost to the number 5 team in the nation and the number 4 team in the nation. True. You know, the number 5 team we took to overtime. And I'll be honest with you, unlike you, yes, the score got a little out of hand for a moment, but at no point did I ever think we were like completely out of it to where the game was running away. And everybody knows, I mean, that halftime play right before halftime literally killed every bit of momentum we had in that game. We spent the rest of the game trying to make up those. I mean, we stayed 10 points down most of the game, which in college football is very, very obtainable. That killed it. That was a 10-point swing where we should have stopped, kicked a field goal. We decided to get a little frisky with it. We decided to get a little risky and paid the price. You know, that pick 6, I mean, literally, you should have seen my face when something like that happened. I mean, between the drop balls, between the untimely penalties, which when the head referee is hugging Ty Simpson before the game, I knew there was going to be something going on. Literally takes his hat off and hugs him. Now, show me another referee that's hugging an opponent quarterback or a quarterback prior to the game coming up. I have a photo screenshot if anybody needs to see it. But it happened. I seen it live. I said, what is this? So I knew it was going to be a rough game from that foreshadowing right there. And just the bad play calls. I mean, I think we had a little bit of poor clock management.
I mean, when you look at it,
17 points.
Yeah, but also, I mean, obviously, because Ty Simpson was throwing passes to the Whitecap for sure, and I mean, he was catching them for touchdowns, right? I mean, that's really what we're talking about.
Yeah, but because you throw a couple of late penalties in the game, it doesn't. Y'all got a couple of late ones to make the stat sheet look like it was, but the untimeliness, the one penalty in the first half when your guys are lining up offsides and throwing elbows and stuff like that, it's really tough. Now, I'm not sitting here. I'm not an Auburn fan, and I'm not blaming the referees for the loss. I mean, 17 points. I mean, it's pretty overwhelming that, we just didn't have enough to bring to the game. I'm not going to sit here delusional and say that, that was the reason we had lost. Definitely a factor. I mean, we had factors on ourselves, the referees, the total total whole circumstance was pretty rough, to be honest with you. But
yeah. Well, what was surprising to me, now I'll just tell you this, and the banter is fun, we just having a good time with that, but what was surprising to me is that we really didn't run the football very well.
Well, y'all haven't all year.
And
wasn't surprised.
With Jam Miller, we had ran the football when he came back, and we had established that against Georgia, and we did run the football well against them. And I thought that we were going to play the same type of game that we played against Georgia against Tennessee, and we didn't. It was a total different game. Our leading rusher was Jeremy Bernard, which is a wide receiver.
49 yards.
He had 49 rushing off of 4 carries. And
that doesn't happen usually.
Yeah, so it's just a very rare deal. You had Jam Miller, who ran for like 39 yards on 15 carries.
So was it like a pitches?
Yeah, just a little. Yeah, just a little.
Jam Miller only ran for 15 yards.
Oh, yeah, 15 yards, yeah. And so it was not, it wasn't it was different. It was just a different deal. And the way that Ty Simpson played and navigated and did the things that he did, it was just, that was the surprising part.
Your third leading rusher was Ryan Williams.
Right, which is another wide receiver. So that's what I'm saying. It's just totally a different style of play that we're not accustomed to seeing in college football with any team, not just Alabama. Mm-hmm. But when you look at it, it was very eye-opening. It was like, wow. And it makes me feel, I don't really know how to digest it yet, but as a fan, I'm looking at it thinking, okay, are we looking like that? Are we looking like, oh no, is this going to be something that kind of comes back around and haunts us in the playoff? Or is this another way that Alabama can beat you? We talk about with the Dodgers, how that, with all of the star power, with all of the things that they can do, Shohei Ohtani can have a bad game, a bad series, and they still find ways to win. And that's the question. Is an Alabama team this year multifaceted that if they don't run the football like they did not against Tennessee and still pull off the 17-point victory, can they also run the football against a Georgia team and then be able to absolutely control the line of scrimmage and do that? But the one key factor in all of this is the Alabama defense. Kane Womack called a great game. 42 Pierre had himself a day of just making Joey Aguilar uncomfortable, making him lose, his rhythm. And that's really what the defense is supposed to do, is to cut the quarterback off on his rhythm. And that's where I think Alabama has gotten better at. Our defensive backs have been questionable at times.
Yeah.
One just one realistically right now, but the pressure that we're able to get with our front guys is really been the big deal for us, and being able to stop the run as well.
Yeah, so, the reason I'm sitting here and saying this game is close, the second half score was 14-13. The second half was a ball game. I'm telling you, the way we fell behind was that play at halftime. We were trying to make that up the whole time. Being that far down changes your play calls, changes your style, changes the whole game. I thought we played a hell of a second half. 14-13, it's just looking at the second half. This is me being optimistic, but we were in it as far as, 17 points, but we played well. Looking at the stat sheets, similar numbers. Really, like I said, the drop balls, the untimely penalties, and that darn mistake at closing the half really just put the nail in the coffin. Overall, looking at the big scope of things, I don't feel too terrible about it. We performed. It's just, you can't win them all. You really can't. And I seen some bright glimpses. If we can get those 3 things cleaned up, I'm pretty sure. I tried to find the statistic. Really hard to find this one, but I would almost guarantee Tennessee is probably in the top 10 for drop passes this year. It is unreal that where we can put the ball where it needs to be, and next thing it's on the ground. The amount of times I've seen 3 or 4 of them Saturday.
So this has been Alabama's test. Vanderbilt, Missouri, Tennessee, 3 weeks in a row?
And Georgia, 4 weeks.
Georgia, 4 weeks in a row.
It's like the first SEC team with 4 straight ranked.
Florida and Oklahoma have the top 2 hardest schedules, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody's come away with 4 wins like that.
Well,
nobody.
And
Oklahoma dropped one.
That's the key. That's where you look at what they say. We always talk about, and we always give the guys at the AP a really bad name, right? We agree on that.
Yes.
But we don't come back and review who we said was the worst or the hardest schedule. We don't come back because when you look at Oklahoma, they had Texas as being, the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
I mean, the strength of schedule changes and is pretty fluid. It's pretty fluid throughout the year. Where just like the quarterback Heisman race in the beginning of the year, where it's at now, things completely change. So whoever had the hardest schedule, which was Florida, which I still agree probably has one of the hardest, where you get to mid-year and these teams didn't turn out to what they were being. So I mean, some of these strengths of schedules are changing.
LSU was looking at like the 4th hardest game as being like South Carolina, and it ends up being Texas A&M's possibly the 3rd best or 2nd best.
Vandy and Alabama.
And Vanderbilt's up in there. But South Carolina dropped off.
Yeah, right now Tennessee has Vanderbilt, Georgia, Alabama, 3 top 10 teams on their schedule as of right now. So, I mean, it's...
Oh, Vanderbilt plays Georgia, too?
No, I'm just saying Tennessee played Vanderbilt, which, I mean, they're ranked... We played them in the year. They're ranked 10. We've already played the 4 and the 5. I mean, so...
You want to hear what's scary? LSU's schedule next year. Texas, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Tennessee. 5 big games like that. That's crazy. We don't even play Georgia. That's the only team we don't play that I'm scared of.
Yeah, but if you look at it, who do you think right now could have went through this 4-game schedule that Alabama just went through and go undefeated like that? I mean, is there somebody?
You know what? I'm only thinking Georgia. I'm only thinking Georgia. I'm not even saying Ohio State. Ohio State would not survive those 4 games.
No, absolutely
not. They would drop one easily.
Yeah, because you would have Georgia, Missouri, Vandy, and Tennessee back to back to back to back, and that's the deal.
So now we've had Miami drop off. We've had Oregon drop off. We've had some drop offs.
Somebody who has a very similar stretch that y'all had would be Vanderbilt. They lost to you guys, but they have number 10 LSU, who they beat. They've got number 15 Missouri, then they've got number 22 Texas. So they've got a 4-game stretch. Texas. I mean, that's pretty good. They can have 3 ranked wins in a row.
Yeah, but you know what's funny? Only Bama in that stretch is probably going to make the playoffs. Because you know how you were saying the 5 SEC teams make the playoffs?
I think
I'm not putting Missouri. I'm not putting Missouri in there. I think Missouri's going to drop out. I think y'all are the 5th team because you have Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Alabama, and Georgia. That's your 4.
Yeah.
Y'all are the 5th team. So when you say 5th team, I think of your team as being that 5th team. And you got to hope that either Notre Dame messes up somehow, or Memphis and South Florida. They play this weekend, or is it next weekend? I don't know which. But if one of them, like let's say Memphis beats South Florida, and they meet each other again in an American Conference Championship, and then it goes the other way, then you have eliminated the group of 5, and that's the 5th spot.
Yeah, we've got a tough one. I mean, we have to win out to stay college football playoff relevant. Let's just say that. I mean, we still have to go to Florida. We still have to play Vanderbilt. We still have to play Oklahoma. I mean, we have a couple hard games left.
Crazy to think that Tennessee Vanderbilt winner is in and the loser might be out.
That's what I was going to say. If the chance of the fact that they both win out all the way until that game at the end of the year, it will be a playoff indication game, possibly. It really just depends on what these other teams do. If the SEC does what they've always done, which is eat each other up, the fact is that you've got an undefeated A&M team, you've got a 1-loss Ole Miss, a 1-loss Georgia, a 1-loss Alabama. Are you going to have a 1-loss Vandy? Are you going to have a 2-loss Tennessee, or a 1-loss Missouri? I mean, when you look at it all the way across the board, I'm not sure who Missouri plays.
Well, they'll play Vanderbilt, so then there's one dropping one.
Yeah, so somebody's going to probably push themselves out, and if that's the case, then we're not looking at one of those teams. The winner of the Missouri-Vanderbilt game could possibly find themselves outside, but they probably play Ole Miss, or they probably play Oklahoma,
A&M,
or they play. There you go. So there you go.
They have after the Vandy game, they have A&M, Mississippi State, Oklahoma, and Arkansas.
So see how I'm talking about Missouri being the 7th team, and Vanderbilt could be the 6th.
Yeah.
And Tennessee could be the 5.
Or it could be opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be flipped upside down.
Because right now you have to say, because of A&M's ranking and their schedule so far, they're number 1. because even though they're undefeated.
Yeah.
And then you've got Alabama because they win the tiebreaker over Georgia. Then you've got Georgia.
Yeah.
And then you've got Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, yep.
So you got those 4 teams right now vying, but they also all play because you only have a 1-loss Oklahoma. And then you've got a 1-loss Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And you've got a 1-loss
I just
Missouri.
talked about the top 7, and I even have 1-loss Oklahoma in there.
Yeah. You've got a 1-loss Oklahoma that nobody's even talking about because they dropped the 1 game to Texas that they're already out.
No.
And that's the deal.
Does Oklahoma play Texas A&M?
Let's find out. Give me just a second.
Because when you look at it, you've got all of these teams playing each other. There's going to be some eating going on. And you hope that maybe somebody in the Big Ten or the ACC drops completely off. And that's where you could find another SEC team getting in, because I'm not sure if they're going to let the Group of 5 team drop out completely. I think they're going to throw one in there.
I don't know. Memphis and South Florida both have 1 loss right now.
Because
if they knock each other and then they knock each other again at the meet in the conference championship, they both have 2 losses. They're out, man. They're not going to be ranked.
Does a 2-loss Power 5 get in? No.
They shouldn't, but they might.
I don't think so.
But you got Notre Dame that's going to sit out here on the edge, and they're getting it.
Man, and what upsets me is I think that we are the better 2-loss team. They're like 4 spots ahead of us in the AP poll.
Of course.
And like I said, they're trying to just keep Notre Dame's chances alive, because I think they're
it's definitely, if they win out, they're in.
Oh yeah,
which
absolutely.
I think is a crime.
Yeah.
But
So you got to hope that the Power 5 drops out, Notre Dame drops out, and if that doesn't happen, then you got to hope it's only 3 Big Ten teams.
Yeah, and it really kind of depends. As strong as the SEC is, I mean, depending on how Vandy or us or Missouri finishes out, I mean, and especially recency bias, are those wins at the end of the season going to trump the no schedule that Notre Dame has left? I mean, it's absolutely weak.
Oh, they got Stanford.
It's going to be a curious situation to see when the committee comes out with the first ranking.
Yeah.
And that'll let you know what they think of Notre Dame and their wins and with their losses. And that'll let you know also what they think of Tennessee. If they've got Alabama and Georgia ranked in the top 5 like the AP poll has currently, then you could see where Tennessee is probably going to be a little bit at that 13-14 area because of both of their rankings being so high.
See, I think that's exactly where Notre Dame's going to be, 13 or 14 in the rank in the playoff committee. Rankings, 13 or 14.
And see, I don't think that they are the 13 or 14th best team in the country.
Where do you think
I think they're around 17, 18.
Wow.
Just because I still believe that Oklahoma could beat them. I think Missouri could beat them. I think Vanderbilt can beat them. I think Tennessee can beat them.
Wow.
I think all of these teams can beat them. And with that, because of what they've done and who they've played and how they've played the teams that they have lost to and how they played against the teams that they've beaten.
And the only thing that could change your mind is if A&M remains undefeated and Miami runs out, because that's the 2 losses that they had.
Right. Yeah.
That's the only thing that could change your mind.
That could change it because of that. And they're going to bring up the fact that they're going to have that loss to Texas A&M, which Texas A&M is totally different than what they were at the beginning of the season. They're way better than what they were. And I'm not so sure that A&M's going to run unscathed in this SEC schedule
they're
as well.
going to take a loss.
Now, we want to back it up a little bit. We asked about Oklahoma's schedule, and boy, is it brutal.
Yeah, we knew it's the number 1.
I mean,
the number 1.
So they finish off right here. They have Ole Miss coming up. Then they have to come to Knoxville. They have to go to Alabama.
Jeez.
Then they play. Then they play Missouri at home. Then they have LSU at home. So Ole Miss, Tennessee, Alabama, Missouri, LSU are their last 5 closing games.
5-game stretch.
Yeah, that's tough. And I mean, that's a bad one when you look at it. And that's the thing about, for me, for having Oklahoma. Yes, last year we talked about it. We talked about how that this is going to be the revenge game, and that game could be one of those games for Oklahoma that really defines their season. Because if they lose to Alabama, that could possibly be the nail in the coffin for them, and then that's their playoff. And so it's scary to me as an Alabama fan to still have these guys on the schedule as well.
And you know what? I'm going to say LSU might get the leftovers, so we might actually have the prize.
You might sneak one.
We might sneak one on at Oklahoma at the end of the year.
Especially if they won.
And that would put us at 8-4.
Yeah. But, I mean, LSU's out of the playoff picture completely.
If we lose to A&M, that's the nail in the coffin.
Because they've lost, 2 games right now?
2 games, so that'd be the 3rd game losing A&M. So.
with that schedule, if you beat Texas A&M, you have to beat Alabama. You can't lose anymore.
You can't. And you have to hope those
Speaking of Alabama, their last 5 game schedule is looking pretty manageable. I mean, yes, you have the Oklahoma.
It's tough Oklahoma game.
I mean, you've got
LSU.
you got the South Carolina.
I think we'll be okay with that.
Auburn.
Now at South Carolina, that's
not a problem.
The atmosphere gets to be a little much. Now, is the wind out of their sail? Probably, because of the way their season's been. Then you have at LSU, versus LSU. LSU comes to you guys.
Yeah, LSU.
Oklahoma. Then you finish off with Eastern Illinois and Auburn, who's
Auburn's Eastern Illinois team.
Yeah. So I mean, very very manageable it seems compared to some of the last 3 or 4 teams we've talked about. There's been y'all have your meat of your schedule. Y'all were in it right now. You're handling business. So I think if y'all can get through that. I mean, not to say that any of these games are a breeze, but it should be not not as strenuous as the last 4 games.
Yeah. Well, that's the hope.
I don't want to put any worry in your head, but you're up here, and if you drop your level of play down to these teams,
it would be disaster.
It's a disaster.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it would be a wake-up call in SEC championship. I don't know.
I don't know if we'd make it if we lose to one of those teams. If we lose to
you're not going to lose to the teams that you have right now. But let's say you're 11-1 and you go into the SEC championship.
I still don't think
I don't know if it'd be a wake-up call or if it destroy you.
After playing East Illinois and Auburn, I think it's just kind of like.
Well, let me just say this though.
Don't drop the level of play.
What would you do as a coach? Do you play your starters in the SEC championship against the Georgia team to win the SEC and risk losing?
Do you want home field advantage? Do you want the game at home?
No.
You want to travel? Do you want to travel to the Big Ten and play in the cold? I mean, the SEC championship matters in seeding, and we realized last year seeding is critical in these playoff games. And this year,
ranking.
Is it this year that you get back-to-back home games, like the second game is at home and not at a bowl? Is that this year? Because if so, that's huge.
Yeah. Wait, what's the question?
So last year, the first round was played at the home stadium.
Yeah,
but then
it's the same thing this year.
Well, the second round was played at a neutral site.
Yeah, it will be this year.
This year?
Yeah,
now, I heard that they were trying to move the first 2 rounds at that home stadium.
No.
Because which is messed up because the people who are getting the bye do not get a home game.
Actually, I'm trying to remember if it was Miami Hurricanes. They were trying to make sure that if Miami plays in that second round, that they don't play at home. They're trying to rig it to where nobody plays at home in the second round. Like even if the bracket is made and they say Miami, home game in second round, and the Hurricanes are in that trajectory, they're going to change it to where Miami can't play at home.
Well, we'll stop it right here, and when we come back, we're going to talk about that, but we're also going to talk about all of these coaches. Where are they going? Who's getting fired? You're listening to the Sports Blitz at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Red 70s studio line is now open. 850-215-6290.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Sports Blitz.
He's not going to be satisfied at Ole Miss 8, 9, 10 wins a year. He wants to win championships. And it's not possible at Ole Miss with their resources. They operate at a deficit yearly, and the fact that they haven't locked him in with a long-term, multi-million-dollar contract like Indiana just did with Signetti says a lot.
The Sports Blitz.
Live and local, weekdays, 4 to 6.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good evening. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your weather forecast on this Wednesday. Clear tonight with a gentle breeze at 8 miles per hour coming out of the north-northeast and temps near 59. Tomorrow morning, we will have sunshine and a wind speed of 10 miles per hour and be warm at 71. Mostly sunny in the afternoon and evening and a high 80 with a gentle breeze. Sunshine Friday with a temp of 81. This forecast is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
It's Thursday. New Hard Rock Bet rewards are dropping.
Nice. Ed Reed, you in?
The only thing I drop is receivers and mics.
Ed, we're talking bonus bets, deposit matches, parlay insurance.
Oh, okay. I'll do that kind of drop.
Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook. Roll with us. New players bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Payable in bonus bets, not a cash offer. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 and up and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Full residential and commercial projects from start to finish, Wheelhouse is ready to help. From the moment you have the thought to build to the moment you step through the front door of your finished project, Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering will walk you through all of your aspirations. Engineering, site plans, live architectural design, construction, 3D rendering, permits, and more. Wheelhouse Consulting and Engineering, 850-896-6597. That's 850-896-6597. And online at wheelhousedba.com.
The Kings of the Swamp.
Falls loose at the 38. Gators got it. Wow.
Join Sean Kelly and the rest of the broadcast team as they bring you Gator football all season long.
Quick race down the near sideline. 20, 15, 10, the 5. Touchdown, Gators.
On your home for Florida football, the Gator Sports Network from Learfield.
The Florida Gators play here. Listen to select games on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Transmitting from the CBC Construction Studio. This is where heroes are created, legends are born, and dynasties forged. The Sports Talk Master, ESPN Northwest Florida. Now back to the Sports Blitz.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're so glad that you joined us today. Whether you're listening on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or if you're doing it the old-fashioned way, listening on the radio, we appreciate it. You can call in, you can text in on the Red 17's phone line, 850-215-6290. We can't do anything without these great, wonderful sponsors that we have. AutoNation Ford in Panama City. Don't forget, those guys are not just a big car lot. They're also a service place. They can take care of your vehicle if something's not right. If you've got a light, a check engine light, any kind of things going on, maybe the temperature now that has started to go down a little bit, now you're starting to get tire sensors. Bring those in. Let them check your sensors. Make sure everything's okay. Fill up the tires with air. Get it to the right place to where it needs to be for the cold weather. See those guys over there at AutoNation Ford in Panama City, 730 West 15th Street, right past the railroad tracks. Now, you're talking about cold. There could be an air condition problem. There could be a problem with your windows. Maybe you've got a switch that doesn't work. Well, if you do, I know somebody that could help you. That guy is Brandon. Tell us about that, Brandon.
Man, we do all kinds. We do paint and body work, whether it's a scratch, a dent, whether you need us to paint your car all over, whether you get into an accident. But yeah, we do things like that as well.
Yes.
You know, a cracked windshield and Safe Light comes to put your glass in, but they said, hey, you got a little bit of rust behind there. We're not able to put your glass in. We fix the windshield frames. We make sure that those windshields are able to go in. If your window isn't working, you may need a window motor or regulator in there. We are totally capable of doing that. Replacing window switches. You know, if you've got some interior pieces that are just dry rotting and they're inexpensive but don't know how to install them, we can do things like that too. So, I mean, we all across the board. You know, you just come by and see me at Recommended Collision Center, 1329. It could be something big or something super, super small that you just, you know, either have a question of. If I can lead you in the right direction, I'd be more than happy to. You know, I just want to be able to help the community, whether, you know, fixing their vehicle or giving them advice. And if I can't do it, I know someone who can, whether it's AutoNation Ford or whether it's one of my sublets or whether I can just, you know, guide you in the right direction. Come by and see me, 1329 Jinx Avenue, Panama City, Florida.
Awesome. Yes, and they do great work and do it with a smile. Have a hot cup of coffee sitting there waiting on you, and you can tell them you come from Sports Blitz or 104.3 ESPN, and there will be discounts flowing. Now, I know you guys wonder all the time. You wonder, how in the world does Paul Wilson's hair always look on point? Well, I got the answer for you. Fadeaways Barbershop, they're the sponsor of the week for the microphone. Go see those guys. They're at 928 Thomas Drive,
It's Navy Boulevard now, but 928 Navy Boulevard. You need to go see Alex the Cuban. Here's his phone number, 850-866-7840. And if you want to, you can tell him to give you the Paul Wilson. It's just realistically a low top or low fade, I think is what they call it. But anyway, you can call it the Paul Wilson. And Jeffrey and Brandon and Bone Crusher all can go over there and get their hair done as well as you can. He can do all kinds of stuff for you. Don't forget, I'll give you his phone number one more time, 850-866-7840. And he will take care of you. Text him, call him, do whatever you want to do. Leave him a message if he doesn't answer, and he'll get you set up, hooked up, so you don't have to wait in those big long lines at the barbershop.
Man, you could set your watch to that haircut, bro. That's tight.
That's what I'm talking about.
Professional.
That's right. Yes, I'll be going today. So there you go. Either way, we've got the pick'em set. You know, tell us what happened last week, Jeffrey. Give us what is the numbers. How did everybody do on our pick'ems? Because I know there was some upsets, there was some good picking, and there was some bad picking going on. So tell us all about it, Jeffrey.
Yep. 5-5 for me.
Oh man, that's 50%.
Worst
That's
week
not even
yet.
Yeah, that's the worst week yet by anybody.
No, actually, it's not.
Listen,
He went
don't
4-6
do that
last
to me,
week.
Paul. You couldn't have just let it ride.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Well, I went 9-1 the week before.
Yeah, we know, but who lives in the past? I don't know of anybody.
LSU baseball.
I'm an LSU fan. I live in the past.
Baseball.
No, we're defending national champs right now. We're not living in the past. We're living in the present.
All right.
No, I went 5-5. You went 6-4. Of course, you did pick Bama. I picked Bama.
Yeah.
So really, that wasn't the difference. Really, it was some other game that blew it on.
Vanderbilt.
Well, I picked LSU versus Vanderbilt.
Yeah, good
you're
job.
right about that. Y'all both picked Vanderbilt.
We did.
But you went 6-4. He went 7-3.
My best week yet. There
It
we
was
go.
his best week. Actually, I think it might be tied for your best week. It
Really?
might be tied.
Okay, I'll
you
take-
had a
I'll
7-3
take two
early.
7-3 weeks.
Early on, y'all still trailing me.
I need a couple more 7-3 weeks. You need a couple more 5-5 weeks. We'll get there.
Yeah. Well, you need a few of those because you gained 2 on me. You were 10 behind me, so you're 8 behind me.
So let me
That's
just
rough.
Yeah, let me just say this real
This is
quick.
mid-season.
Yeah, let me just say this real quick though. You know, the difference is that Jeffrey's had these great numbers, and the week that he doesn't get to keep the numbers and you kept the numbers, he didn't do so well.
Oh, God.
So it makes me wonder.
Might be some shaving going on
It makes
behind
me
the
wonder.
scenes.
It just, I'm not accusing anyone of doing any wrongdoing.
Just
but
pure
it's
observation.
just an observation that I just kind of observed. And it just seems like when Brandon kept the numbers, Jeffrey's numbers didn't do so well.
Let's do this. You're going to keep the numbers this week?
I would.
I will pick first, which is a disadvantage.
Now, I don't have a sheet.
I will
You
pick
didn't print
first.
anything off for me now.
And I'm going to tell you right now, this is going to sound crazy. I'm going to pick 6 road teams this week.
That's fine.
6 road teams.
Well, with the slate you gave us, I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, well, there's a worrisome in there, and you don't even know what it is that Arizona State is missing their top wide receiver. Just to let you know.
Wow.
And I'm still going to pick them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And their quarterback Levitt
Well,
is
that's
back
not
from
one of his
injury.
road teams, so it's one of the other
Yeah.
one.
So, yeah.
All right.
Anyway,
So here we go.
All right,
Let's
so
shoot 'em.
right from the get-go, you want to just say them and then I'll pick
Yeah,
first?
I'm picking on the fly this week. First week I've done that. I'm going to go Alabama on the road at South Carolina.
Yeah, I got Bama.
I got Bama for sure. Yeah. And I think it might be by 50. I'm just kidding, but it's going to be by a lot.
You've been watching too many memes. Because you ever seen these videos where it said, Bama by 50?
Yeah.
LSU by 50.
Yeah. No, nobody's saying LSU by 50. Go ahead.
Ole Miss at Oklahoma. Ole Miss is going to do it.
Yeah, I believe Ole Miss is going to do it as well. I don't believe that Oklahoma is going to be able to hold down all that firepower. They have a good defense at home, but I think Ole Miss has got it.
We'll revisit at the end what you think is the hardest pick of the week. And that's apparently not one of them, which I think was one of the harder ones. Because I think Oklahoma, playing at home, is not an easy pick.
Yeah, I think that's
So you going Ole Miss?
That's a hard one for me, but I am going Ole Miss. I don't think Lane's going to lose 2 games in a row, even though he is getting the pressure this week from the media and from the boosters, of course, because we all know it and we've all said it. Lane Kiffin's going to Florida. But anyway, keep going.
So what? We have South Florida at Memphis.
I'm taking South Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to take Memphis at home.
You know what happened to Memphis this last week, right? They lost to UAB by 7. UAB just fired their coach, Trent Dilfer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're still going to pick Memphis.
It's because he was taking pictures of kneeling and on his phone.
God.
He just wasn't focused.
And South Florida's not the same team that beat Florida and Boise State?
I guess not.
I'm trying to convince you back.
Yeah, you
but
are.
you know you go with Memphis.
Yeah, I will.
So I'm going South Florida.
Yeah, I'm going to take South Florida as well. I think Golish has something there. I think they've been trying to pull him into this whole thing with going to Florida and all the coaches changes or whatever that's going on. He come out yesterday, and said how he loves where he's at and that basically he wasn't going anywhere. We've heard that story before, but just so you know, these coaches now are starting to feel a little bit of the pressure of are we staying, are we going? And it makes you wonder if these guys are going to be focused going into their games. But I do believe that South Florida will take it. I think it might be kind of close.
I mean, I'm picking the home team in this one. I mean, Golish is great. I mean, Tennessee's offense has been on the decline since 22, since we lost Golish as our offensive coordinator. So, I mean, he deserves. He's a great coach.
I realize that.
Yeah, he's turning that program around. I mean, we have extremely missed him since he's left. But I'm gonna pick Memphis on this one.
All right. What we got next?
We got Mizzou at Vandy. I'm going to take Vandy at home. This is the hardest pick for me this game.
Wow. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go. I'm going to go next just because I could see you're kind of still.
It's a hard pick.
I think I saw buffering above your head, but I wasn't
rendering.
But I think Vanderbilt's going to play good again. I think that they're found their mojo. I think, the Alabama game, they were in that game as well to win. However, I think playing at home is a different case than playing in Missouri because Missouri does play well at home. I think Missouri's coach, Eli Drinkwitz, is also a part of this whole thing talking about coaches. So I think that's going to be a part of the problem for Missouri. I think they're going to have some issues there. Give me Clark, Lee, and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, it's just tough growing up in Tennessee my whole life. I mean, how many of these games can Vanderbilt win? It's just like, but I'm going to ride with my Tennessee boys. I rode with them last week against LSU.
Who would have thought that we all picked Vanderbilt in the same week and it's not versus a weak opponent?
Yeah, so I'm going to take them. They're great. They're great at home. They've proven themselves. They've given me no reason to doubt them this year, so I'm going to pick Vanderbilt at home.
All right. Okay.
BYU at Iowa State. I'm going to take BYU on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
they're the Big 12 favorite.
Yeah. Well, they're the only Big 10 favorite because Texas Tech just lost.
Yeah,
they were number 7.
Yeah, they're still up there.
They're fresh.
Yeah, but
favorite.
I'm going to take BYU as well.
Yeah, I'm going to take BYU. And the deal is there's nobody. You can't. Nobody's talking about Matt Campbell going anywhere. You know why? Because Iowa State's not that good. So there you go. BYU is way better. So give me BYU.
I don't want you to flip-flop next week when we're talking about this because I don't think it's going to be that big of a
same
blowout.
Thing that I talked about with Arizona State. Give me BYU. Bayoa.
Illinois, Washington. I'm taking Washington at home.
That ain't one of the away games you're taking?
No, definitely not.
I'll be taking Washington at home as well.
Yeah, Washington at home.
Wow, Washington.
Taking Illinois. Remember how you were talking about Illinois and then they got waxed by Indiana? And that's the only loss they've taken.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I am thinking this one through. The buffering is starting to happen a little bit here.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's got to happen. Give me the Illini. Give me Brett Bielema. Going to go into Washington and beat them Huskies. Yes, sir.
Texas at Mississippi State. This is not an easy pick.
No.
And I was talking about these Texas, UK. Have y'all read any of these stats?
He was there.
I don't need to watch stats. I saw the bad decision making upon Stoops. It was horrible.
First downs, 8 to 26, Kentucky.
Yes.
Total yards, 179 to 395, Kentucky. Rushing, 47 yards to 137, Kentucky. Where are we at here? Penalties, Texas 7 for 50, UK 3 for 25. Time of possession, Texas, 20 minutes, 37 seconds. UK, 39 minutes, 23 seconds. And if I were to read all those and ask you who won that game, 10 out of 10 people are going to say Kentucky dominated that game. They lost.
And you know what?
Won in every statistical category.
That is crazy, and that's how it happens. And you better watch out for this game. And when we pick them, it's going to be after the break. When we come back, you will hear who we picking for the rest of this college football weekend. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Get in the game. Call or text us now on the Red 7T studio line. 850-215-6290. Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
Doesn't play well on the field, and he causes headlines off the field. Tua this year has been a disaster. Someone told him, I'm convinced, you've got to be a vocal leader. Well, if you're not a vocal leader naturally, you can't just become one overnight and just start talking for the sake of your voice being heard. Tua should not play one more snap ever again for the Miami Dolphins.
Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Weekdays 5 to 7 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the adventure going this holiday season in a new Kia from Bill Bird Kia. Bill Bird Kia now offering 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus a $500 APR bonus on the purchase of a new 2025 Kia Sorento during the big fall savings event going on now. You'll get the perfect balance of comfort, safety, and technology. It's the best family SUV with third-row seating space, providing extra comfort for the entire family. Bill Bird Kia, the home of the 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty. Stop by and see us at 2435 East 15th Street or anytime at BillBirdKiaPanamaCity.com. Offer from Kia Finance America for the purchase of a new 2025 Kia S and LX models. $20.83 per month per 1,000 financed in 48 months. Quantities limited. $500 APR bonus is applied as down payment and no cash value cannot be combined with other finance offers. Not available on balloon financing. The 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty is a Bill Bird Kia warranty. See dealer for complete details. Offer for well-qualified buyers must take delivery from dealer stock through 11/3/25.
Got a scratch, dent, or full-blown wreck? Bring it to Recommended Collision Center in Panama City. From small scratches to all-over paint jobs, from fender benders to major collisions, it's Recommended Collision Center. They work with all insurance companies and offer customer pay options too. A family-owned collision center that takes pride in top-quality repairs, friendly service, quick drop-offs, and a fast turnaround. So when life throws you a wreck, they'll help you get amended. Recommended Collision Center, 1329 Jinx Avenue, Panama City.
If you build it, they will come. We're live from the CBC Construction Studios. Can you take the hits? Here comes the Sports Blitz. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. You're listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson here at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We're live and we're local from the CBC Construction Studio here in beautiful Panama City Beach. We are going through this week's pick'ems. And Jeffrey, you know, we've been talking about it. You were there. You saw Texas play Kentucky. When you look at it, what did you see from Sarkisian with his confidence in Arch Manning?
No confidence.
None.
Yeah, and no killer play calling. They just didn't want to go and just bury them alive.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, Brandon, you saw the stats. You would say that looking at the stats, there's no possible way that Kentucky loses this game.
No, absolutely not. They almost outpossessed them by 20 minutes. They outgained them by, 200 yards. They had 26 first downs to Texas's 8 first downs all game. You can have 8 first downs in one drive. They had them all game.
Yeah.
And they ended up winning this game. It's just,
and they didn't, A&M, Longhorns didn't score a touchdown second half.
Yeah, that's insane to me. I mean, it blows my mind. I mean, Kentucky can't be feeling, neither one of those teams can be feeling great about that game. I mean, Texas is in they're going through it. I don't understand. They got to figure something out.
We think that Mississippi State's better than Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
And both of these games are on the road for Texas, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still picking Texas.
Yeah,
I'm still picking Texas.
I don't want to, but it's sad.
And who is Texas playing? Mississippi State, right?
Mississippi State at Starkville.
It's at Mississippi State, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a tough place to play.
I know.
So you're going.
So we
Texas?
just added. They lost. I mean, they barely beat Kentucky in an overtime game, and they're a bottom tier SEC team. And Mississippi State's been doing really well this year, except for that A&M second half. I'm still picking Texas
at A&M, right? I mean, saying Mississippi State lost to
Mississippi State
A&M.
lost to A&M, but they were leading at half, 7-3.
What you got, Brandon?
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say Mississippi State at home. I see this number every week. Arch Manning throwing for under 200 yards. I mean, they can't keep, sliding by the skin on their teeth. I think Mississippi State, with, fluff over there, I believe they're going to be able to control the ball. Anybody that can control the ball like Kentucky did, you're going to stand a chance, and I think Mississippi State's better than Kentucky.
Yeah.
This is maybe this is the toughest pick of the week.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you what. It's not tough for me. Because give me Mississippi State and them Bulldogs down there with them bells. They're going to be ringing the bells. Arch is going to be throwing picks. Floth Bothwell is going to be running the ball. And the next thing you're going to hear is the Texas faithful being crying down there with Sarkisian. His seat's not going to get warm this year. But if Arch Manning doesn't change the trajectory, Arch's seat's going to get very, very warm. And all of the Texas Longhorn fans, all of the thousands of people that are known around the world are going to be very, very disappointed in the boy from Louisiana. And the thing is I don't think he can play baseball, Jeff. So either way, when you look at this Texas team, they're in trouble. They know how to beat Oklahoma, but it doesn't seem like they know how to beat anybody else. Give me the Bulldogs to cover whatever. I think Texas is the overdog, right?
Favorite? I don't know.
I think they're the favorite.
Was Texas the preseason ranked number 1?
Yes.
Now, have we had a bigger fall off in more recent years of a team being number 1 and fallen to unranked by week 7?
Yeah, no, we haven't. Absolutely not.
Yeah. So when you look at it, if they're the overdog in this game, give me Mississippi State to cover for sure and win the game outright.
And y'all not trying to convince me for Mississippi State then?
How much more do I need to tell you?
You're putting your money where your mouth is.
I am putting my pick where my mouth is. Mississippi State, Jeff Levy, they're going to run the football. They're going to throw the football. The offense of Texas is inadequate when they go down there to play the Bulldogs. The Bulldogs play tough against an undefeated Texas A&M team. And I'm telling you, those boys are going to come to play. And it's at home. It's at home.
Yeah.
They play good at home.
Yeah. Actually, I think that A&M game, that was a College Station Mississippi State
played.
It
was. That's what I was saying.
And actually, you know what? I take that back. They weren't up 7-3. They were down 7-3 at halftime, but the A&M scored right before half. They were up 3-0.
Right. It was
a good definite piece of that second quarter.
And that's the thing. Mississippi State's got a scary good defense because they're underrated.
And Texas got no offense.
Got no offense, as you could see against Kentucky.
Yeah, so it's tough, but I'm going to stick with Texas.
Yeah.
Texas A&M at LSU. Here we go.
Okay, you
Jeff?
go first.
A&M.
Wow.
We already jumped ship?
Well, yeah. I mean, we just lost to Vanderbilt.
Well, you act like Vanderbilt's only lost one game.
And you said earlier, you're not mathematically out. So are you jumping?
Well, I'm good at math. So give me A&M.
He's our non-bachelor degreed accountant in the building. But anyway.
Now, would you be surprised if LSU won this game?
No, it would not be.
What time is this game? Anybody know?
Night game. 6:30 kickoff right there.
Night game at LSU.
Death Valley.
At Death Valley.
And that's the thing, is the crowd participation is the 13th man or 12th man.
Does Brian Kelly lose his job if y'all lose this game at home at night?
No. No. It's the Oklahoma.
But the seat's hot.
The Oklahoma game.
But the seat gets hot. The seat gets warmer, right?
The seat gets warmer.
The seat's warm. The seat's warm.
I'm gonna take LSU for you at home at a night game.
Wow. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it, Paul.
Nah, A&M.
A&M.
Yeah, that was one of the easier games for me. I think A&M can do it. I think the fact is that The quarterback from A&M, he's not Pavia, but he can get outside the pocket. And as long as he doesn't have the interceptions, I think LSU's offense is anemic right now, and that's going to be the big problem. I think A&M's got a good defense, and I think they'll control the trenches, and they'll be able to run the football. So there you go.
Maybe I should go watch this at the Boyle House.
Maybe so.
Yeah, I was there this past week. Pretty cool place.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I was in Kentucky.
Yeah, he was there watching those A&M.
Did you hear how like hoarse I was on Monday?
It sounded a little rough.
I was yelling my head off.
Who were you cheering for?
Kentucky.
Didn't work.
It didn't work because you know why? The Kentucky fans weren't yelling.
Really?
It was awful, man.
Really?
The
basketball school, you got to remember, man.
And that's what's funny is after the game, I went and I talked to a couple of Kentucky fans. And I said, well, at least y'all allowed in basketball and baseball games. And they said, no, we're not. And I said, what? And they said, yep, we don't yell. And I was like,
they're just a quiet.
It should not be called Kroger Field. You know what it should be called?
Quiet Field.
The library. Because they're being quiet up in that stadium.
It's wild that they have like multiple 5-star basketball players that sit the bench, that ride the bench, and they don't have a single. Well, maybe they might have a single 5-star player on that football team, but it's just so wild the amount of money they spend on one sport, not the other.
I believe they're ranked number 9, and guess who they open with? Number 1 Purdue. Kentucky's basketball's opening against number 1 Purdue.
Nice.
Good test.
That's good.
Okay, next game. Houston at Arizona State. I'm going to take Arizona State, even though I'm missing their main wide receiver.
Yeah.
It's a tough one for me. Usually when I have tough ones, I usually go and ride with the home team. So I'll switch to ride with Arizona State on this one, regardless of whether they're top receiver or not.
Yeah, I'm going to go Houston on this one. Give me Houston for the upset or the victory. Either way, I just don't like Arizona State for whatever reason. I just don't. And so
coaching, Levitt.
Yeah, I don't like none of them.
Is it just Jeff talking about them all the time?
Yeah, kind of that a little bit. It kind of hurts. Yeah, it kind of makes me mad a little bit.
Utah put it on them.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, and then the only other loss they had was Mississippi State by what? Was it 3 or 2 or 1?
I think it's 24-21.
I feel like this last game is going to be pretty easy.
The last game is the easiest, and that's a lot of disrespect for Stanford. But Stanford at Miami Hurricanes, I'm taking the Miami Hurricanes at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Miami. Everybody knows Miami.
There were not a lot of big games this week to go ahead and pick on. I mean, that's the reason why Stanford's in there.
Yeah. So we've got our picks set. Unless Jeff tries to change his after the show.
I need to take a picture of that after we're done.
You know what it is. Actually, as far as me different from Brandon, there's only 2. And he's got Memphis and he's got Mississippi State. That's easy to remember.
So we've already got Billy Napier gone. Now, we're talking about just the major jobs. I don't want to talk about these other jobs that I don't seem as big, like UCLA. Don't really think about that. No. Let me ask you a question. Out of the guys that are leaving right now, or the guys that are on the hot seat right now, maybe I should say, who do you think is the one that is the closest to getting fired or let go? Because we obviously know that Norvell is going to stay on until the end of the year, and he's trying to fight for his job, which I think it's already gone.
Yeah.
Who do you see? And let's just look at the SEC for now, because you do have a few teams in here that's having some difficulty this year, and they're been there for a little while. And the coaching, what do you think? So you've got Mark Stoops at the University of Kentucky. You've got Hugh Freeze at the University of Auburn. You've got, and I said that right, and then you've got South Carolina. Beamer. Shane Beamer. So those 3 teams, those 3 coaches, who do you see being the first one to go? Obviously, there will be some teams that'll hold on until the end of the year, but I'm just wondering. And then after that, we may not have enough time to talk about the other thing. We may have to move that to tomorrow. But out of those 3, who do you see going first, Brandon? If you could pick Stoops, Beamer, or Freeze?
I'm going to say Freeze. They have less patience over there in Auburn than any of these other schools. Their expectations are a little lower. I would definitely have to say Auburn. I mean, just Hugh Freeze. The fans over there. In the past they're used to winning. They've won some. I just think that his time's run out. He's done all he can do. He's had players come in, players leave. and they're just not doing well this year. So.
Does it surprise you though that Mark Stoops is in the top 12 of all of college football as far as salary goes for head football coaches?
Well, I mean, at the time, kind of like these NFL quarterbacks, when it's your time, whether you're the best or not, so that was the market value at that time. Kentucky needed a coach, and he was available, probably one of the better ones available at that time, I would assume, and they paid a market value. So, I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes it's just your time, whether you deserve it or not.
Yeah.
So who do you think out of those three?
Freeze is obviously number one. Beamer actually surprisingly is second. And the only way Stoops is making it, like getting fired this year, is that he would have to lose out and lose by 20 or more points to Louisville at the end of the year. That's a Gundy collapse.
Yeah.
Gundy collapsed at Oklahoma State. And he should have been gone after last year, if you ask me.
Yeah,
at Oklahoma State. But Stoops is not going anywhere.
Yeah, Stoops is going to leave after the year's over.
You think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
But I think Stoops, just because they're paying him too much money and they realize that, they don't want to have to pay that much money to somebody. They'll get the buyout.
But they don't want to pay somebody else and pay the buyout.
Yeah, but they're going to get rid of him. He's not happy. They're not happy with what he's producing. There's a little bit of friction going on.
This is not a football school.
It doesn't matter, but they're paying football money. They're paying football school money to a guy
they don't
that's
want to
not
pay more
producing.
money.
And they're not going to. So what they're going to do is they're going to get rid of Stoops at the end of the year. They're going to come to an agreement, pay his buyout, and then they're going to bring in one of these off-market head coaches from the Sun Belt, from one of the other group of five, or an offensive coordinator or a defensive coordinator. They're going to do that. It'll be less than Stoops, so they'll save money in the long term. That's what they're going to do.
Put more money into their basketball.
Yeah, let me just tell you this. Shane Beamer is the guy that's going to lose his job first. That's my call. I believe it. I think Freeze stays until the Alabama-Auburn game, and then maybe after that game. But give me Beamer. Going to be looking for a job, and that job could be Virginia Tech. You've been listening to the Sports Blitz with Paul Wilson at 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you tomorrow.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show.
The Dolphins, I said that this was the most must-win game of the weekend in the NFL, in my opinion, because I